Well, that wind, it's not done with us yet. We've got some strong winds going down at the Dakota Magic Casino. You can see the cameras shaking as well in that wind, and then the flags, of course, that are really whipping there. So we're looking at strong winds still affecting a lot of us here in the valley, and it's that cold north wind that is bringing down our wind chill. So you'll want the jacket, the heavier jacket, in fact, if you're going to be out and about today, even maybe a hat and some gloves if you're going to be outside for a while, because that wind chill will get you here. Looking at winds that are out of the north, directly out of the north for most areas, and gusting into the 20s. We still have seen from time to time a gust or two into that 30-mile-per-hour range. But right now, not seeing that on the map here, but we're looking at winds that still are blowing in at a cold rate here, or a fast rate that are quite cold. We're still seeing steady speeds in the teens, and then those gusts getting into the 20s. So gradually it's been going down, but not fast enough, I think, for some folks. And we're dealing with temperatures themselves that are pretty chilly here compared to yesterday. We're at 40s and 30s still. We're at 36 degrees in Langdon, 38 in Devil's Lake, Valley City 39, and Fargo's checking in at 42. So is Grand Forks. Upper 40s in Wadena. We're at 48 degrees there. But when you factor in that wind, it's going to be a factor for you when you're outside. Feeling more like 25 degrees in Langdon right now, 29 in Devil's Lake, a wind chill of 34 in Fargo and in Grand Forks. Over to the east, more of those wind chills into the 30s as well. So again, a cold feel out there in addition to our temperatures being on the low end. A reminder, this time yesterday, we were working our way into the 70s. Now, here's a look at your radar and satellite picture. We don't have anything on the radar to show, but we have been seeing some flurries under some of these clouds that are moving north to south. And this is coming off of those big open lakes, creating some of that lake effect flurry activity from Red Lake in south, and then Lake of the Woods in south as well. But beyond that, it's just clouds streaming down at this point in time, and large areas where we're getting some sunshine too. So heading into the rest of the day today, trying to warm up, but it's a struggle. We're looking at temperatures that get into the low to some mid 40s, maybe some upper 40s in the south. We're already there in places like Wadena, and clearing our skies a little bit more too, heading into the evening hours for tonight. So the wind won't be as strong driving home from work as it was driving into work today, but we clear things out right when we don't want to. We're going to see the skies clear, the wind will ease up, and that will let that cold air really settle, and temperatures will drop quickly here tonight after sunset. So we're looking at some 30s by 11 o'clock, and then overnight, this is the night we've been talking about where a lot of places are going to get into that freezing range, and even into some of us that killing freeze, which is 28 degrees or less. So this is 7 a.m. tomorrow. You can see the coldest air north and west, temperatures in the 20s, low 20s, and maybe even some teens in some instances. And then the farther southeast you are, it's not as cold. We're looking at temperatures that are more around the freezing range in those areas. And we'll have to keep an eye on clouds because they help to blanket and insulate us a little bit. And if they cover more places in Minnesota, that will help to keep our temperatures from dropping as much. So you might get saved by that in those places. But we want you to prepare today for those freezing temperatures. So a reminder, if you still have some plants out there you want to keep alive, bring those in, harvest your gardens. You want to disconnect those hoses and drain your faucets outdoors. That heavier coat, probably going to need it or want it. Ice scraper too, with temperatures getting into that frosty range. Here's the good news. You don't have to necessarily find that shovel just yet, even though we do have some flakes out there. I'm not expecting accumulation, though. Might be a good idea to make sure you have one before the season starts. So here's a look at the rest of the 7-day planner. Tomorrow and Saturday are both going to be days where we get to below freezing in the morning, and then we recover. So this is just a quick little shot of an idea of what's to come, just giving us that little warning.
I'm gonna say like a little microdose of winter.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks, Lisa.